Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Leslie presents. And now your host, Paul Leslie.
Aloha world and aloha live studio audience. This is our first ever live studio audience. We have a lot of the kiddies here from Atlanta. We have back Mr. Mike Eagleson, who will be talking about his music. And the lovely Jennifer Wall. And a crowd of rabid Mike Eagleson fans. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the music of Mike Eagleson.
Thank you. Please make me feel so very welcome. Walking down North Avenue, can't keep my thoughts away from you. Though so many other things are running through my mind. She just made me see how much I missed your laughter and your touch. Now I'm thinking that this trip was just a waste of time. So many ugly things were said, friends wishing other friends were dead. I just finally went to bed, I couldn't take it anymore. But when I finally make it home to you, these bitter feelings will all be through. You'll take me in your open arms and I'll forget what they were for. And I'm singing a sad, sad song, but that's not how I'm feeling. Your love has got me reeling, and those words don't mean a thing. It's a sad, sad story, but the ending turns out fine. 'Cause I know that you're mine, and it just makes me want to sing. I've heard a lot of people say that the bitter feelings I convey aren't an accurate display of the carefree man I seem to be. But they can't see me here with you. If they did, they'd see that it's not true. When people say I'm angry, and they'd have to disagree. Though so many times when I'm on stage, I'd sing of heartache, pain, and rage. But that's no gauge for how I'm feeling. Can't you see this smile? 'Cause nothing makes my soul take flight like singing up here every night. These bitter words I may recite, but I'm contented all the while. And I'm singing a sad, sad song, but that's not how I'm feeling. Your love has got me reeling, and those words don't mean a thing. It's a sad, sad story, but the ending turns out fine. 'Cause I know that you're mine, and it just makes me want to sing. Please feel free to sing along. I could argue all day long, but it seems to me I'm never wrong. That somehow all the clever songs talk of sorrow, guilt, and pain. So when you look behind these blue eyes, you'll see some damage done, but realize that I'm okay, even though I might be singing "You're So Vain." So people, don't wait up, I'm gonna paint it black. I'm moving on and I won't be back. There's nobody home, so don't send no dead flowers to that place. If I said 2 out of 3, then I'd be lying. I love that woman and there's no crying. I wanna sing a happy song whenever I see her face. But I only know sad, sad songs, but that's not how I'm feeling. Your love has got me reeling, and those words don't mean a thing. ending turns out fine. 'Cause I know that you're mine, and it makes me want to sing even a sad, sad song. Can make me feel so happy whenever you're around me. I just smile at everything. It was a sad, sad story, but you turned my life around, and I found I can be happy even when I sing a sad, sad song. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. Thanks for Wayne changing clothes right in the middle of everything. I'd like to thank Paul Leslie. He's the one that's responsible for all this and putting all this on. I'd like to thank Henry Jordan for providing the studio and working tonight back there. I'd like to thank Jennifer Wall for agreeing to come out and sing with me tonight. And I'd just like to thank everyone that supported me over the years and bought my CDs and come to see me play. So, that's you. This is another song from the Bipolar Bear CD. I'll be doing songs from both my CDs. A couple songs you've never heard before and a few covers here and there. So sit back, relax, drink heavily. The more you drink, the better I sound. Okay. Take you up and down, and in this city sometimes you're knocked right to the ground. But take my advice, don't ever let them keep you here, and never think twice about fighting back when they don't fight fair. And if you know you're meant for something better, you just got to stand up and look to the sky. 'Cause eagles fly, can't shoot them down or clip their wings. And you know I'm gonna try, 'cause I know I deserve everything. I'm not an ordinary man. You can't keep me in this prison, 'cause I've got a plan. And I know where you'll change my decision. I know I'm gonna win. You can't break me, I won't take the fall, and I'll never bend. 'Cause I can read the writing on the wall. Break out of one cage, you put me in another. But your false accusations are too weak to keep me bound. 'Cause eagles fly, can't shoot them down or clip their wings. And you know I'm gonna try, can't keep me down, this eagle's gonna fly. Can take you up and down, and in this city sometimes you're knocked right to the ground. But take my advice, don't ever let them keep you there, and never think twice about fighting back when they don't fight fair. And you know that you were meant for something better, so you just got to stand up and look up to the sky. 'Cause eagles fly, can't shoot them down or clip their wings. And you know I'm gonna try, 'cause I know I deserve everything. Yeah, eagles fly, you gotta take that leap and spread your wings. You'll never know until you try, but you'll find out you can have everything.
All right! Nice!
Thank you very much. This next song is from my first CD, Don't Wait Up. It's about a woman I'd never met.
I like her already.
None of us have.
I wrote the song shortly after I got out of college, and I've been reading a lot of Shakespeare, so there are a lot of lines in the song that come from Shakespeare's The Tempest. So, anyway, it's called Pixie Girl. Every week when I come home and I try to wipe away the redness I know is in my eyes, I know she'll be there waiting with a smile that I pretend is just for me. And I'm waiting on the line tonight, hoping I'll say something right, and then she'll see. She comes into my room, just a spirit in the air. I don't know what she looks like, but I don't really care. I'd love to hear her voice as she whispers those clever little quips and answers. Great minds may think alike, mine just thinks of how I want you to see me. She's the angel of my eyes, she's the one that makes me fly, she's my pixie girl. She's my spirit in the air, I feel safe when she is there, she's my pixie girl. Well, I'm trying to impress her, I'm walking on this wire, I'm dying to caress her, I'm following her fire. I try to find her yellow sands, she curtsies when I kiss her hand. And I don't know if I'm wrong or right, I hope she lets me know tonight, but she can't see. She's my spirit in the air, she awakes me to beware, she's my pixie girl. With a sprinkle of that magic dust, I realize she must be my pixie girl. My brave spirit Ariel, I bow down to thee. I am no Prospero, but I'm hoping you can see that I drink the air before me. Quench me with your spirit gently, please. And I'm waiting on the line tonight, hoping I'll say something right to make her see. She's the angel of my eye, she's the one that makes me fly, she's my pixie girl. She's my spirit in the air, I feel safe when she's there, she's my pixie girl. She's my sprite from the dark, she comes flitting through the park, she's my pixie girl. Don't ever fly away, pixie girl. I'm feeling alright. Oh, I'm not feeling too good myself. Oh no, I'm feeling alright. Oh, I'm not feeling too good myself. Oh no. Thank you. Never really had an ending for that song. It was supposed to fade out on the CD. And so Jeffy and I just kept playing and playing, you know, so we'd have enough to fade out. We just kind of ended it, and we liked it, so we left it that way on the CD. When Paul first contacted me to do an interview for a radio show, I kept telling him I wasn't a tropical artist.
Nor a centerfold.
Thank you.
That was out loud.
That's why it's radio.
That's why he has me here. That scream was Paul.
Can't wait.
But I have been in the Atlanta Parrot Head Club for the last 10 years now. And I do know a lot of Buffett songs. Those of you that come out to see me know that I don't play a lot of Buffett songs.
Thank God. Good. Jimmy who?
But I am a Parrot Head, have been for even longer than 10 years, but I thought it would be good to do one of my favorite Jimmy Buffett songs.
Nice.
This is from his 1988 Hot Water album. It takes a line from Mark Twain's Following the Equator. It says, "Be good and you will be lonesome." And continues on, "Be lonesome and you will be free." That's always kind of struck me and been my kind of way of life.
Lately.
And that's what living is to me. Jason Mason hears the sound, the whistle blows in Congo town, and the mailboat's in. Yeah, the mailboat's in. Brings him things from oh so far old, magazines and Snicker bars. A simple man, a simple plan. This world's too big to understand. Be good, and you will be lonesome. Be lonesome and you will be free. Live a life and you will live to regret it. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me. Now on a timeless beach in Hispaniola, the young girl sips a diet cola. She's worlds apart. Yeah, worlds apart. The spirit of the Black King still reverberates through Haitian hills. He rules the sea and all the fish. What if he had a TV dish? Be good and you will be lonesome. Be lonesome and you will be free. Live a life and you will live to regret it. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me. Now in the far off regions, the foreign legions keep the thieves and the predators at bay. While closer to home, some bad boys still roam. The streets aren't safe to give it one more day. Give it one more day. Give it one more day. Now the stories in my favorite book still take on many different looks, and I'm gone again. Yeah, home again. The time has come, the walrus said, and little oysters hide their heads. My twain of thought is loosely bound. I guess it's time to mark this down. Be good, and you will be lonesome. Be lonesome, and you will be free. Live a lie, and you will live to regret it. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me. That's what living is to me.
Thank you very much.
So, Mike, why did you pick the Jimmy Buffett song, That's What Living Is to Me?
Well, it's always been one of my favorite songs. I am a fan of Mark Twain, and just the chorus of that song, be good and you will be lonesome and you will be free, has always just been kind of how I lived my life. And people that know me really well can see that. It's just a song that's I've always really related to and always loved to sing. Even back when I first joined the Parrot Head Club, I used to sing it whenever A1A was playing. They would get me up on stage to sing that song. It's just always meant a lot to me. And when I was thinking about this show, I said I should sing one of my favorite Buffett songs, and that's always been one of them, so I did. Now, having said that I'm not a tropical artist, I'd like to do a tropical song for you right now.
Okay.
I wrote this song in 1995, sitting in an airport in Monterrey, Mexico. And I never recorded it because it sounded just a little too Jimmy Buffett. So you people get to be the lucky ones to be the first and probably last to ever hear me perform this song live. But hey,
Even if we like it.
then I'll do it. You also get to be the lucky ones to hear me sing in very poorly constructed Spanish. Well, the whole song's not in Spanish, but there is some. It's called The Last Gringo in Town. Met her on Thursday down at La Placita, sipping so slowly on a pink margarita. I knew by Sunday I would be in love. I was leaving on Monday, what was I thinking of? She looked so sad and lonely like a sweet little dove. And now I'm here all alone, my friends are all gone. I know just enough Spanish to get me around, but when I look at her face, I know I'll stay in this place if I'm the last gringo in town. Now I'm stuck at the airport, the last plane out, giving up hope when I hear a voice shout, Senor, you really wouldn't leave without me. I want to take you to that place by the sea, but as I wake from my dream, she's just a sweet memory. And I'm alone again without my beautiful friend. The airport is closing and the sun's going down, so it looks like I'll stay at least one more day and be the last gringo in town. La encontré el jueves a la placita, deseo mucho la estar mi chiquita. Sweet Mary Carmen, you're the one for me. I won't do you no harm, so please don't set me free, 'cause this Mexican town is just where I want to be. I'll never leave you again, I'll be your lover and friend. I'll
study my Spanish and I won't let you down. I'm through shedding these tears. I'll stay with you all my years and be the last gringo in town. And when the sun goes down on this Mexican town, I'll be the last gringo in town.
The next song you played after that was a song that you said, I'm not a tropical artist, but this is a semi-tropical song, Last Gringo in Town.
I wrote that song. I mean, I've been a Parrot Head for many, many years. I've been in the Atlanta Club for 10 years. And I was a Parrot Head. I would have been in the Central Illinois Parrot Head Club had I known it existed, but I didn't even know about it. I've been going to see Jimmy Buffett since I was in high school and have been a Parrot Head for many years. And that was kind of when I was first getting into songwriting. I wrote some songs in college, and that was right after I got out of college. I went to Mexico, to Torreon, Mexico, actually, for a friend of mine's wedding. And while I was there, I actually stayed an entire week and met a very nice young lady there, and we got along really well. I was actually the last one of our group to leave, so I was the last gringo in town. And I had a puddle jumper from Torreon to Monterrey, Mexico. And when we got to Monterrey, the plane had mechanical issues, and I was sitting in the airport for many hours. And that song just kind of came to me. I decided never to record it because it just did sound a little too much like a Jimmy Buffett song to me. My songwriting kind of changed a little bit after that, but it still means a lot to me. So. Okay, this is another song from my Don't Wait Up CD. It's about a very good friend of mine. Actually, it's not about you. It's a literal translation of a very abstract dream I had about a good friend of mine and a phone call the next day. Last night I laid down and I closed my eyes. It was warm outside and I could feel the stars shining above me. When I woke up this morning, I looked up to the skies. I was so alone, and I hoped and prayed that you still love me. Should I give up now or go on with this fight? Won't you let me know if I'm wrong or I'm right? Is there any reason to give in to this fright? I don't know why. You were in my dreams last night. I had another dream about you last night. You were all alone. I don't know why, but you were crying. I watched all the tears falling from your eyes, and in my heart I felt just like I was dying. And though our friends were standing all around, no one could see you but me. I found I held them all, but I just couldn't touch you, couldn't take your hands, though I wanted so much to. You couldn't love and you couldn't fight. You could do no wrong and there was no right. I couldn't set you free with all of my might. I don't know why. You were in my dreams last night. I tried to call you this morning on the telephone. Nobody was home. You didn't call me back until this evening. You told me you loved me, I could tell by your tone. Something was wrong, it's not so easy to deceive me. You wouldn't break down or let me know. You tell me you love me, but I won't let you go. You won't tell me the truth and I don't know why. I'll say that I love you, but I won't say goodbye. You couldn't love and you couldn't fight. You could do no wrong and there was no right. I couldn't set you free with all of my might. I don't know why. You were in my dreams last night.
The song Quiet Normal Life is for the late, great Warren Zevon. Tell us about you and Warren Zevon and how this song came to be.
I can't say I really remember the first time I heard Warren Zevon. It's just somebody I've always been listening to. I had several albums when I was younger and bought, his anthology on CD later on in life. And I've just always loved his wit and his cynicism, and the songs he writes are I just love the way he digs at things. And when I heard about him being diagnosed with mesothelioma, it really kind of had struck me hard. And I, of course, bought his last album as soon as it came out, and it was just a very powerful album. And I just loved it. And I was just sitting around playing with my guitar and started to sing some of that Quiet Normal Life. People that know Warren and know his music will recognize that quite a few of his song titles and album titles are incorporated in that song. And I just wanted to write a song for him, so I did. I was speaking before about some of my favorite songwriters. Speaking of songwriters, the late, great Warren Zevon was diagnosed in August of 2002 with mesothelioma, which is a rare form of lung cancer. And the doctors told him he had 3 months, or less than 3 months, to live. But Warren, being the stubborn rebel that he always was, decided that he was going to live on for another year because he wanted to do two things. He wanted to record one last farewell album to the world, and he wanted to witness the birth of his twin grandchildren. But in September of 2003, he finally gave in and died, and I wrote this song for him. This is another one you've never heard. So. An excitable boy from the day he was born in Chicago on that chilly January morn. But his father's gambling put his family to the test. They packed up their lives and they headed out west. At 16, when his parents finally gave up the ghost, he jumped in Daddy's car and headed for the other coast. He wrote a few songs he just wanted to sing, but he just couldn't find that next best thing. He just wanted a quiet, normal life, house and a dog, maybe kids and a wife. But for a young man on the edge and living free, New York's just not the place to be. A friend called him up, said join me in LA. He got a record deal and he was on his way. The critics hailed his wit, he went where most wouldn't tread. He kept going for the fans, he said I'll sleep when I'm dead. After a streak of bad luck, the demons started to rise. The bottle and the smoke would cost him more than his two wives. But he cleaned himself up, he had a lot more to say. Desperado to the end, he wouldn't go the coward's way. He just wanted a quiet, normal life, away from fame and fortune, the stress and the strife. But his cynical soul and his razor-sharp charm stole his dreams and raised him nothing but harm. When the doctors told him he'd be sleeping soon, he fought for a year to give us one more tune. He hung around long enough to see two new lives start, and with his last breath he whispered to us, keep me in your heart. He just wanted a quiet, normal life, away from fame and fortune, the stress and the strife. He thumbed his nose and refused to live in fear
until his ride was finally here. You just wanted a quiet, normal life, away from fame and fortune, stress and the strife. You knew life would kill you if you played with a knife and led a quiet, normal life. Thank you much for Warren Zevon.
There's a title for your album right there.
Okay. I said before I wasn't a tropical artist.
Oh, my.
So I'd like to play another tropical song for you.
You play them so well.
This is another one you've never heard. I just wrote this a couple months ago, actually.
Oh, no.
It's a semi-tropical song. It was inspired by my good friend Brent Jones. Who's not here tonight.
No. Who's not here?
It was inspired by my good friend Brent Jones, who taught me that when you're unemployed, every day is Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Things were going so strong. I was working for a .com when the bottom fell out and I was out on the street. But I still had ambition, found a new position, and got myself back on my feet. After 3 long years of blood, sweat, and tears, the market went south and I was laid off again. But I had severance pay and I was on my way to the islands with all of my friends. Now I've had 6 months of Saturdays, lying on the beach and soaking up rays. All my ambition has just washed away after 6 months of Saturdays. I took a Caribbean cruise, I drank lots of booze, ate some things I'd never seen that weren't half bad. I traveled the world, I met lots of girls, and I'm having the best time that I ever had. I've seen the northern lights, I've seen the Vegas nights, and I doubled my life savings on 29 black. I've been island hopping, rodeo drive shopping. I'm in Mexico now and I'm not going back, 'cause I've had 6 months of Saturdays, walking around in a rum-fueled haze. Can't even remember the last time I shaved after 6 months of Saturdays. Well, I've had lots of fun in the sand and the sun, but I've got too much time on my hands. I'm still wearing a grin, but my wallet's getting thin, and I think I'm gonna have to go back to work again. But I've had 6 months of Saturdays. I can pass the time in so many ways. I know it sounds like just another cliche, but it's been 6 months. Yeah, I've had 6 months of Saturdays, walking around in a rum-fueled haze. Can't even remember the last time I bathed after 6 months of Saturdays. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you all again for coming out tonight. I'd like to thank Jen for
singing with me tonight. I'd like to thank Paul again for having us, setting up this whole thing, Henry for providing the studio. Of course, all of you to come out and cheer and have a good time.
That's not it, is it?
We're going to do one more song, and then we're going to go out and party. So call your spouses, significant others, kids, parents, babysitters, neighbors.
Date.
And tell them, don't wait up. Lock the door and turn out the light, baby, don't wait up. I'm headed out with the boys tonight, so baby, don't wait up. We're loving you, tonight would be nice, but don't wait up. 'Cause today I see the morning twice, so baby, don't wait up. Don't wait up, I know you'll miss me. Don't wait up, come over here and kiss me. Well, I'll be back before you know it, but tonight I gotta shake things up. If you see me heading out to the bar, honey, don't wait up. We might get crazy, I might bring out my guitar, so don't wait up. You try to hold me with those big green eyes, but don't wait up. You know I hate to see you cry, but Jenny, don't wait up. Don't wait up, I know, baby. Don't wait up, that it's driving you crazy. I know you're feeling sad and lonely, but you'll see me when the sun comes up. 2, 3, 4. Where's Scott Nickerson when you need him? Don't wait up, honey, don't even say it, 'cause that's not the way I want to play it. But if you ask again tomorrow night, you know I might say up. If you see me talking to another girl, baby, don't wait up. You know I never promised you the world, so baby, don't wait up. Don't wait up, don't wait up, baby. Don't wait up, I know it's making you crazy. Don't try to keep me here, you know I can't stand to be tied up. Don't wait up, honey. Don't wait up, and don't ask me for money. Well, I'll be back tomorrow morning, but tonight I gotta shake things up. So baby, don't wait up. Thank you very much. I'm Mike Eagleson. This is Jen Wall. Thank you for coming. Good night.
My favorite Mike Eagleson song is Going Home, and it is a song that everyone I've talked to about has said this is a song that arouses a lot of memories from years gone by, and it certainly did for me, and I think that's why it's my favorite song. So tell us what Going Home means.
Well, Going Home I actually wrote right after I got out of college. I graduated from the University of Illinois in 1993, and we were in a recession at the time, and I, like many other graduates at the time, was struggling to find a job, and I moved back home with my parents in a small town called Mattoon, Illinois, which is a town of about 20,000 people. And that's when I wrote that song. And it was a lot about, being back in my hometown and some of the bad, some of the good, and how I came to cope with it before I moved to Atlanta.
What did you think about tonight?
I had a great time. I wasn't sure if the crowd was really going to get into it or what was going to happen, but I was glad that they all had a great time and sang along, and it was just wonderful for me. Like I said earlier, it's great when you're a songwriter and your songs can touch people, and I'm glad to have so many people that really like my songs, and want to come and hear this sort of thing.
Thank you, Mike. It is a night that will be remembered.
Thank you. I think this is Paul's favorite song.
He's all about going home.
Yeah, so we're going to do these 2 songs and then we're going home. Who needs a harmonica?
Well, I don't know when I'm going home, but I sure know where I've been. The roads pass by like alibis as I run away again. Well, I don't have much money, and the tank runs dry again. I guess I'll have to crawl on back to where that highway ends. I'm going home, back up the path I rode, going home, to lighten up my load, going home, back to the end of the old state road. Well, I get back home and I start to find that it really ain't that bad. I get back to the same old friends and the good times that we had. I come back to that front porch swing where I fell in love with her. I feel her gentle breath again, and we're right back where we were. I'm going home, back to baby's arms, going home, back to mother's charms, going home, back to work on grandpa's farm. Well, I start to realize exactly why I left before. No matter how much I give, everybody wants more and more. Well, I don't know why, but it sometimes makes me cry. I know I just can't stay, and I'll have to run away from my home. I'm going home, back on the road again, going home, out to meet new friends, going home, 'cause I just can't win when I'm going home, 'cause I need to break, control my own fate, and I just can't wait till I'm going home.
Thank you. All right.
What a great night that was. Mike Eagleson doing a live and unplugged set. If you'd like to find out more about Mike Eagleson, be sure to check out his website at www.eaglesongs.com. We're going to be doing more shows like that, live and unplugged with a live studio audience. If you want to stay in touch with me, just zap me an email. Paul Leslie, stay in touch. And now I'm going home.